Hello. Hello and peace to everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Miriam Cunha and I am here tonight to give you a brief of what's coming for this year that starts on July 26, 2021. The Mayan Calendar Tzolk'in gives a very big perspective of the energies that will rule our learning throughout the year of 2021 until July 25th of 2022. So according to this calendar, which I have here on my on my right, left, depending on how you're looking at, uh, the calendar here I've shown you on other videos. If you want to have more understanding of how this works, tap into other videos that I explain about this combination of 20 archetype symbols and the 13 numbers, creating 260 different combinations, which is a fractal pattern of time as a frequency of art, which is 13 by 20. The Mayans inherited this calendar from the Olmecs, which probably inherited from the Atlanteans and from the universe, which is how it works, right? So it's not that it belongs to one or another culture, but knowledge has been passing by, and some people have been taking advantage of this knowledge, and some people, like our new civilization, hasn't, because there was a power constituted by a few number of beings that gave orders of destroying all the knowledge that was found in the Mayan lands of the Central American discovered territory. They thought it was the new land, but that land had ancient knowledge there. Ancient civilizations lived there. And this is one of the pieces of this big knowledge that I've been studying for decades. And I've been fascinated because there's always something to learn more about this. Sometimes I feel like I'm just grasping the tip of the iceberg, even though I've been studying it for decades. But let's tap into the year. Every July 26 of our Gregorian calendar, we start a new year on the Mayan calendar, a new Mayan year. So on the 25th, we celebrate the day out of time. And on the 26th, the new year starts. This year that is coming, next July, marks the end of a year of challenge to self-generate energy. And we enter a new year of serving ourselves, serving others, serving the planet, teaching, giving the best of ourselves to plant seeds that will flourish a beautiful future. So let me tap into that wave, which is my favorite wave because it's my wave of birth. I was born on that wave, and entering that wave for me, it's very significant because I will be in synchrony with what the earth is going to be going through. And that has been my purpose to come here, for these big changes we're about to witness. And that's why I chose to be born on this particular wave that we're entering as a planet, as a collective on July 26th. And here we go. I'm gonna put the wave, which starts here, right, on this highlighted point and goes all the way to 13. This is the wave I'm gonna read and detach it from the bigger calendar. We can see it this way here, this way. Wave spell of the white wind. So the purpose of humanity and the planet Earth beginning on July 26 will be about learning to communicate from the spirit, from the higher spirit, from higher self. Communicate the spirit, meaning that we're going to be attracting opportunities to communicate to each other, to communicate to the world, to communicate in different ways. Communication will be the big learning. We need to communicate from the spirit and not from a place of anger or fear or lower vibrational emotions and thoughts. We need to learn to communicate from unconditional love, from the presence of the here and now, from our wisdom, from our warrior, communicating from the spirit, higher self, in direct connection with the whole being universe. So communication is the key of learning this year. Through communicating, we will learn to dissolve all the suffering we've been having here. All right, moving on. The challenge of the year will be abundance. That is a very tough challenge if you look at what we are already starting to witness in different places of the planet. The belief on scarcity, the belief that there is not enough, the fear of having not enough, the fear of losing, all of that will be challenged so that we tap into our inner standing, deep understanding that the universe is abundant and that through dreams we can achieve this abundance and manifest it here. This Blue Night challenge is guided by the Blue Eagle. So the guidance of the eagle is to give us vision, the vision of where to find abundance. It's very, very important to understand that it is a collective challenge. It's not a punishment. It's not, let's say, how can I put that in words? It is a challenge of our learning. We need to learn to communicate. And in order to learn to communicate, we need to face the challenge of our vision of abundance, our vision of dreams as a collective. So it's not that the universe will be punishing us with scarcity, with lack of food, with lack of water, with lack of air, with lack of health. It's not a punishment. But depending on how each one of us conceives the understanding of abundance, knowing that the universe is infinitely abundant and that everything you need or want comes to you through your dreams because you dream it and it happens. This is the challenge of the year. So abundance will come through dreams, through our inner vision, through our intuition. We need to use intuition and vision to tap into abundance this year. It's the challenge of the planet and the collective of humans living here and animals and all beings. But don't worry, this is not forever and it's not a punishment. It's a challenge. Challenges are made to be faced and conquered. Okay? Fear not. Fear only enhances the negative aspect of a challenge, making you run away from facing it. Okay, number 3. Let's move on. Oops, I got out of there. That's actually the day out of time. The day out of time will be the challenge of the year, and that's oops. I go back 26th of July. This is the main learning of the collective of the planet for the year that it's starting on July 26th. The main learning will be to know how to plant the seeds and let them flourish, guided by the star. So having creative ways, elegant ways, elegant, beautiful ways of planting seeds and letting them flourish, teaching others how to plant seeds and how to let them flourish, learning from each other how to plant seeds and let them flourish, taking the seeding into our hands, teaching others how to do that, and learning from others how to do that elegantly and beautifully and creatively. And that is the energy, the main energy of the year. The mantra of the year, I will read it for you, is I activate in order to target, because the seed is a target, bounding awareness. I seal the input of flowering with the electric tone of service. I am guided by the power of elegance. Elegantly targeting the soil where we are going to input the flowering, serving others with this. It's a beautiful year. The only thing is the challenge that I mentioned to you before, but I've been challenged with that for all my life because I was born on that wave and I know exactly what that challenge means, and we will tend to overload ourselves or to do not look at it, and the thing we need to really do is to balance it. It's to understand deeply inside that the universe provides abundantly and infinitely everything that is needed. That scarcity is an illusion. The thoughts about not having enough, it's an illusion. And if we buy into that illusion, that's what we're going to manifest. So face the challenge of knowing that the universe is abundant and it will always be covering up for you with whatever you need. Okay, moving on, we're going to the fourth symbol of this wave that our collective human kind and animals and this planet are going to experience. We're going to experience a way of shaping our physical reality, which is number 4, through using our instinct of survival, which in a higher level of understanding is our sexual energy, our kundalini chakras, our chakras awakening the kundalini serpent energy inside of us, giving us the instinct of survival power to manifest on the physical reality, guided by the mother, which is the dragon, giving birth to this energy of the instinct of survival. And that's how we are going to manifest the 3D reality this year as a collective. And number 5 of the wave, this is what we will be in full command of this year. Humanity and the planet will be in full command, strength, gathering strength from a radical transformation, guided by the wisdom of being present on the here and now. So there will be a lot of radical transformation happening, a lot of people passing away. It's going to be very intense, but it's a process of full command and strength. This is the strength of our learning. It's to navigate through this radical change we will be witnessing outside and inside of ourselves, with the wisdom of being present here and now and not escaping from reality to the past or to the future. All right, moving to the next day, the 6th galactic signature of this wave we're going to be experiencing. It's the point of balance. Where do we find balance through this process? We will find balance through this process by allowing the organization of things, the accomplishment of things, and the healing. So we're going to be balancing everything out by organizing ourselves as a collective to accomplish healing, using our hands to accomplish things, to do things. So it's a year of a lot of going back to the basics of humanity, using our hands and planting seeds and using our instinct of survival, having faith on the universe, abundance, and the communication of the spirit. All right, so moving on, the 7th day of the wave. It's what we are going to be channeling this year. We're going to be channeling the beauty, the creativity, art, elegance, guided by enlightenment. So if you are doing your part on the spiritual work of this journey we're going through on earth, you will be channeling creative ways of beauty, finding beauty on everything, looking at everything with eyes of a child. It's just beautiful, the transformation that is happening is beautiful and is enlightening. It's guided by the sun, by the light. And the light will be channeled to us. And the beauty will be channeled to us. And creativity and art, elegance, and all of these beautiful things will be channeled to us if we tune into. All right, the next one. And this one I have to move. It's not moving. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to. This program has a bug. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the wave because the program has a bug and it skips this day here. The number 8 day, it's the red moon guided by the Skywalker under the integrity of the frequency, under the integrity frequency. Okay, so we're going to be putting everything together that we've learned and become this integrity, become an integrity as humanity through the purification of our emotions, which is going to be guided by the exploration of new paths, exploration of the new of new ideas, and also the contact with other beings and dimensions. And this is going to allow us to put everything together and purify our emotions through this process. And here, so I'm already on that day, so I'll just keep the wave here. So the following day of the wave, we're going to be experiencing this year as a collective and the planet is the activation. The activation of this learning happens through the radical transformation that guides us into becoming unconditional love, becoming loyal to love, loyal to unconditional love, loyal to the heart. And unconditional love, it's way different from what most of us have understood about what love is. Many of us have mistaken love for passion, for infatuation, for desire, and that is not what love is. Real love comes from an unconditional space of the heart. Unconditional means you have no conditions, meaning you're not going to be judging the others in order to love them, or judging things in order to love things, or judging yourself in order to love yourself, which is the most important unconditional love you have to tap in. To love yourself first, unconditionally, no matter how tall, how big, how small, how many teeth you have, what's the color of your skin, your religion, your race, your whatever, you know. Love yourself unconditionally as you are. And it's not about the physical body only. It's loving the presence of your spirit here. Because when we think about love only about the physical, it becomes infatuation, it becomes passion, it becomes suffering, it becomes attachment. All these things that we need to purify with the red moon, with the universal water, to activate our unconditional love, guided by a radical transformation. And that's what we're going to be experiencing as a collective this upcoming year. The next day here, August 2nd, represents the 10th day of this wave, which is how we manifest the learning of the collective planet this year. We will learn to manifest our magic. We will learn how to play with illusion. We will learn how to be more playful, more joyful, guided by the storm, which is going to guide us into self-generating our own energy, to feed this energy into our magic of manifestation and be joyful with this process. And this will start happening more towards June, July next year is when we manifest the learning. And the following is August 3rd, which is the number 11 of the wave, which represents the way we are going to liberate this process. And look at how interesting. The way we liberate this process is by giving freedom to freedom, liberating freedom, guided by freedom, using our free will and our intelligence to be free, to free everything by being free. Free things by freedom. It's a double, actually it's a triple freedom power that's gonna come to humanity towards July next year. We detach from all of the process that happened in the past, from all of the suffering, and we become free. And then the number 12 of the wave, how the spirit guides, the higher beings, the higher archetypes, hierarchies that are guiding us on this process will be helping us. Through Skywalker guided by the serpent, meaning that the serpent, our instinct of survival, our sexual energy, our kundalini energy, will be guiding us to explore new ideas, new paths, and our spiritual guides, our higher hierarchies on this planet are going to be guiding us to the space, guiding us to explore the unknown, giving us lots of new information. It is beautiful. And then the last one is the number 13, which is the transcending point, the stargate of the year we're going to be experiencing. All of that I told you about this wave is to actually transcend into becoming wise, present on the now, guided by our mirror, which is self-reflection, meditation, contact with our inner selves, our higher selves. So this contact, mirroring ourselves, will guide us into the wisdom of the presence of the here and now. And I believe that we will be getting rid of the spell systems of time that have been keeping us in prison. So because of all the radical transformation, just a moment. Because of all the radical transformation we're going to go through planetarily and individually, everyone's going to be experiencing it in a different way because we chose to be in a certain place right here and now to experience whatever is going to happen at the space we are. So some people will be experiencing a lot of heat and fire. Some will be experiencing a lot of earth movement. Some will be experiencing a lot of water washing out. Some will be experiencing looting, fights, war. Some will be experiencing sicknesses. Some will be experiencing a lot of deaths around. Some will be experiencing hunger. There will be a lot of things happening this year. And starting with the end of the challenge of the storm, we're coming now into a step into the service. How are we going to serve this process of transformation? So we got to be really connected with our higher self, with the higher spirits, keeping our vibrations high, detaching from fear, detaching from anger, detaching from judgment, so that we can actually experience all of this radical transformation in a way that is more soothing and enjoyable and happy, because it is Earth giving birth to a new Earth, humanity giving birth to a new humanity. Births are not always easy, but not always difficult. It depends on how you take it. When a mother creates resistance to that being that is going to be born, she creates more pain. When you create resistance against something that inevitably you're going to go through, you create pain. If you relax and allow yourself to float and navigate, you release resistance, you release pain, and you gain joy through the process. We're all here navigating into constant movement, eternal movement. That's what this universe is all about. It's constantly moving. Every time we want to stop this movement, we're creating resistance. So this movement of Earth and the planet and our selves change, it's happening no matter what. How we're all gonna experience it, it depends on how much resistance we put on that, or how much we allow our wings to fly ourselves through this process. We all have wings and wisdom and freedom and all of that good stuff. We just gotta allow it to happen, to explore the new selves, this radical transformation coming. We're in full command of that. We're in full command of radical transforming Earth and the planet and the beings for the better, for the better, for manifesting the beauty in us. And we're channeling that this year. So this is what I wanted to share with you tonight. So next Sunday will be the day out of time, which I will probably in a ceremony for that. All the Mayan traditional culture people will be celebrating the day out of time on July 25th, and I will give you some news about that. So I will see you again. Thank you for watching, for sharing, for clicking like, for commenting, for being no judgmental, and for enjoying your existence here, for sharing the best of you, for loving unconditionally, for being a warrior of the rainbow. See you next time.